What is up, everybody? My name is LEG. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be giving you that Samurai Jack episode XCVI review. Now, I like the episode a lot, but I do have some gripes with it. Out of all the episodes to come, I don't know if I can say that this was my favorite. I think this might have been the worst episode yet. In terms of season 5, this might be my least favorite episode. I'm not 100% sure yet, but as I go through this review, I should be able to conjure up a decision. So, episode 5 of Samurai Jack, we start off with the Scotsman army rolling up to Aku's castle, and I love that because I knew the Scotsman was going to be in this episode based off the preview. It was really cool, I liked it, and then Aku just decimated them in a second, as usual. Not too much of a surprise. I do like that the Scotsman humor still existed. There was humor in this episode, and I do like that, especially being the topic of the episode and like the stuff that actually happened in it. So I did like that. I did like that the Scotsman was still very funny. He apparently has like a ton of daughters right now. I don't know if those are all his daughters or if he just calls them his kids because of like, I don't know, because they're like brethren or some shit. But he called them his daughters, so I'm assuming that they're his daughters. His wife doesn't seem to be around, so I'm assuming that she's dead. And he's old. He's in a wheelchair. He has like a Gatling gun leg, and he still has his Celtic ruined sword, I want to say. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but he still has his like magic sword thingy. So they all go to fight Aku, and then Aku decimates like half of them, and he tells his daughters to get out of there while he distracts Aku. And in his distracting Aku and him saying like you're afraid that Jack's gonna find you type thing, that's what I really liked about that. I liked that portion of that whole scene in general, seeing the Scotsman step up for his squad, being like, oh, you Samurai Jack's gonna fuck your shit, and Aku's just like, okay, laser beam. So then when he laser beamed him, I was like, what the fuck? The Scotsman just died, like right there, and I'm like, what? So I mean, the way he died, I'm upset. I expected like a full-on episode where Jack and the Scotsman like were doing shit together, but you know, I think I understand now. I overhyped myself. They showed the Scotsman twice, and I was just like, oh, Scotsman, but you know, I'm not going to, it's not as bad. It's just the fact that I expected him to be in the full episode when he wasn't. So that kind of sucks. But he died, and then he became a ghost or something. And that's a little weird. And the reason he became a ghost, there is actually a good reason for it though. The Celtic or Celtic, I believe it's Celtic, the Celtic runes inscribed on the Scotsman's sword allowed him to live on as a ghost. Yeah, so like his magic sword like allowed him to be in like ghost formation and, you know, roam the world and guide his daughters into helping Samurai Jack. So it is understandable, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, so then after that, what happens is, we pan to Ashi, and Ashi is just sitting there. It's nighttime, and then the moon turns, and it's like a hallucination of her like mother, telling her that she still has to kill Jack, and this is where she is really doubting everything that she's been doing in life. She feels as if what Jack says might be right. And then in that moment, what I really got pissed about was when Ashi turned around, it was fucking daytime. It was daytime. Was Ashi's little hallucination like a dream? And then she just happened to wake up or something? They didn't make that clear if that's the case, because Ashi had a hallucination for like, what, a good minute or two, and then she turned around and like the night sky disappeared and it became fucking day in 2 seconds. That was kind of dumb. And then but what I did like is Jack and Ashi riding the sea creature. I love the music during it. I love the actual animation during it. It was really cool. That part was dope. I liked that a lot. It was like Ashi once again seeing the beauty of the world, and I loved seeing that, because like when all those moments where Ashi is like, you're a dick, samurai, I hate you, samurai, I hate that was one of those moments, so I like that a lot. And then what happens? Oh, and then that's when they get on the island and Jack's like, okay, you can go now. There's no reason for you to stay with me. And then she goes back to Jack and she's like, teach me why Aku isn't the creator. I need to know why. I need solid proof. And then Jack's like, okay, fine, I'll give you proof. And when Jack goes and gives her, before Jack even goes and gives her the proof, she looks at the stars and she's like, isn't Aku the creator? And Jack gives her like a Chinese tale, which had like Chinese music in the background and everything, and I really like that part a lot too. Once again, that was well animated. They were writing an animal in the folktale that Jack was telling that looked like one of the animals in the last episode. I liked it a lot. Very colorful scene and a like very heartwarming for Ashi and for the viewer, aka me. So I like that part a lot as well. And then we started getting into the parts where like I was like, okay, this is where Jack is kind of convincing Ashi that Aku is the main evil. When he showed her the trees and he showed all the decimated trees and then the regular trees, how is Ashi necessarily gonna believe that was Aku? I don't understand. Like, I understand that she's already on the believing curve. I understand that she's already kind of convinced that she just wants solid proof. But at the same time, like, how are you gonna convince her that Aku's the one that not necessarily destroyed those trees individually, but how are you going to tell her, and how is she going to know whether Aku's minions or the Aku evil, the evil that Aku has created, destroyed all that wildlife? And then we move on to Aku's city of evil, and then that's when we kind of get into like, that's when I'm like, okay, this is actually legit. I really dislike the fact that they're at the tree and then like literally next shot, no walking. They don't need to walk for like fucking 20 minutes. I'm not saying they have to, not even for a whole minute. Just like show them walking a little bit. They didn't show that at all. They showed them at the tree, then fade into the next shot and they're already at the city of Aku. And I'm like, what the okay? And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So they get into the city of Aku and they see the like evil like people coming from different worlds, and then them being designated places where good people are at and good well people. So that's kind of how the world of Samurai Jack seems to be working. Aku accepts all these evil people to this world and they just kind of run rampant and do whatever they want. So that seems to be the case here. And I found it very weird when they're like, oh, you can go kill this village and you can chill there. But I found that really weird, being that like, I understand that Jack really can't do anything about it since stuff like that is kind of happening every day in Aku's universe, especially in Aku's city. But just like seeing Jack like turn a blind eye on that is very, he didn't turn a blind eye on it, but he like said a little thing and then they moved on. And it was just, you know, he could have at least made a sad face or something, because, you know, Jack's always saying, like, no, I must help the innocent, and, you know, at the end of the episode, he got hella triggered when all the kids, when he thought all the kids died, so that makes me think, well, Jack, wouldn't you be hella triggered to know that all those people are going to die? And Jack's just like, nothing I can do about it. And it's like, damn, bro, damn, that, I didn't feel like that made any sense. And then, when that happened, after that happened, they pan over to the next couple areas, and Jack's like narrating over it, saying like, Aku is evil, he is the hate of this world, yada yada yada. And as he's doing that, they've gone to like 2 or 3 more different places, and I'm like, what the fuck? You can't just pan over shit like that. And it was really weird, because like, when you think about it, seeing Jack and Ashi in this part, and then seeing them in this part, it's like, it hasn't even been 5 minutes and you've traveled like across the fucking world. So that I didn't like that much, because I felt like when they landed off the sea creature, it looked as if they were on an island of some sorts. And if that's not the case, they looked like they were on another island of some sort. But if that's not the case, still, like, if they were on an island, that means like, how did you get off the island and yada yada yada, and it's so dumb. I'm not going to dwell on that too much, but that was my number 1 dislike of that episode. My number 1 dislike. And then, later on, oh, and Jack's disguise in the city of Aku, that was really funny when he was stealing the clothes and stuff. I like that a lot. And then, what else? And then we see like the blue people at that dead village, or that ransacked village, and then they're like, oh, they stole their kids and they went to the factory. Immediately, once again, actually that one wasn't so bad. They just cut to the factory and they just happened to be there. I would have liked if like it showed them a little from a distance walking up to the factory, maybe just like that, just to show that they like finally got there. You don't have to show them like walking, but just show like them getting there. Like they didn't even, I feel like they didn't really show that. They just showed that they were inside the place already, and I was like, okay, fine. Isn't it supposed to be like an Aku place? How did you infiltrate that shit so easily? I guess they just walked right through the front door. So then that's when like all the little kids come up, and then that's when like the whole like chase scene happens. I really liked that scene though, when it showed all the kids, and then like the guy turned up the frequency or whatever, and the kids just immediately go rampant, and then Jack's hat gets like freaking chomped up in the crowd, and I loved the crowd chasing them. It was really cool. I liked that scene. There was a part where Jack was running along a pipe, and it looks like he was fucking punching air as he was doing that. It looked so dumb. It looked really dumb. But then it was like that was from a bird's eye view. It looked like Jack was punching air, and like at the view, like that's what it looks like, but he was running like this, so that was really dumb. And then when Jack jumped off, he got grabbed by the little monster dudes, and then after that, Ashi's going to kill the whatchamacallit, not to kill, but like to attack the bad guy that's controlling all of them. And I really liked when she was like sneaking into his area, and it was really quiet, and he was like grabbing the levers and the switches and stuff and doing that, and I love that scene so much. It was really good. And then but that ended really quickly. She got grabbed by the damn like things, and the first thing that popped up in my mind was rape. I'm sorry. That's the first thing that comes to mind. And then after that, it's like he's like saying his like little bad guy spiel, like, oh, look at you, you're a pretty one, yada yada yada. And then after all that, it's like he's electrocuting her and stuff. So now, by the way, I'm assuming at this point he's a robot. Turns out when Ashi is fighting him, he's not even a robot. He's like a human in like a costume, and I don't understand why he has to be a human. It's really not a big deal, but the fact that he was a human, just like it, why? Because in the world of Samurai Jack, half of these guys are not humans. That doesn't make any sense when you really think about it. If Jack came across this place like 50 years in the past in the original series, that guy wouldn't be human. He would be a robot, and he could be a robot, and there's no reason why he had to be human. But he was human, and Ashi's the one that killed him there. And that like I couldn't deal with that, because I'm like, why would that happen if, like, why would they make him human? They didn't need to make him human. I assumed it's for like the punching effect when Ashi was punching him, so it looked like he was like taking damage and stuff. But they did not need to make him human, and making him human just kind of ruined the moment for me, realizing that he didn't need to be human in the end. So it was just it was kind of dumb if you ask me. Anyways, besides that, yeah, and then Jack getting bombarded by those little creatures. I loved the animation during that, like Jack trying to push them off and trying to get up and stuff. I really liked that a lot. I did. And then the bad guy charging himself after he like was torturing Ashi for a little bit, when he plugged himself in, I found that really funny. And he's like he charges really fast, by the way. Anyways, but like during his charging thing, I noticed when he opens his little compartment for the plug, when he pulls it out, the plug, it says it's at full charge. Then when he plugs it back in and it shows him leaning against the wall, it says it's at full charge. And I'm like, that's dumb, because it's not at full charge. Why would you do that? It's so stupid. And then so that was just a little thingy, nothing much, but just like a little animation error if I that I caught by my eye. But then with that said, what else? I said, why is there a camera on Ashi when she is right in front of him? Oh, yes. Because the guy, after he charged himself, he turned around and he looked at this like monitor, and it was a monitor showing Jack getting like mauled by the creatures, and then there was another monitor showing Ashi not chained up, but like constricted by like the little grabby hand thingies. And when it showed that, And like Ashi is literally like in front of the dude. Why is a camera on Ashi when she's sitting right there? I mean, I guess the camera was tracking them, I guess, but like she's in the room now. You don't need a camera tracking them. It makes no sense. And let me think. So, and then when Ashi saw Jack getting tortured, that's kind of what triggered her to like overcome the electricity. I like that. I liked when Ashi overcame the electricity and like punched the dude though. I liked that a lot. That was really cool. And what else? Ashi slapped his metal enforced body away with her film skin. Oh yeah. She like pulled out of one of her like arm grabby things, slapped the dude with her fucking skinny leg bony ass arm. She's like and then his whole body flew back. I'm like, what? That's so dumb. But let me continue. Let's continue with this. I said the bad guy honestly didn't have to be human. I already said that. And then Jack walks away with the Green Man after thinking all the kids died, making my previous assumption on who the Green Man was possibly less true. So let me just say, I call him the Green Man or the Horse Guy, whatever you want to call him. The thing that Jack sees in his hallucinations all the time. He didn't see it in episode XCV, but he saw it in this one. He saw it in this one when he thought all the kids died when they fucking didn't, and I didn't think they died either. But when he thought all the kids died, and then he walked away with the guy, I believe the green guy said, "It's time," and then Jack's like, "You are right," or something. And then when he walked away, I'm like, why did he do that? And because my assumption on who that guy was the person that made Jack lose his sword. If he's the person that made Jack lose his sword, why would Jack want to go with him to anywhere? Why was he avoiding him originally? And so why was he avoiding him so much originally? And if that's the case, why was he like so into trying to go with him after all that? Like, is it that the guy tried to convince Jack that he wasn't capable of being able to save all these people? And Jack's like, no, I can do it. And then when Jack realizes he can't save all the people, maybe the guy's like, do you believe me now? And then Jack's like, yes, I do. So then he goes with him. Maybe that's all I can come up with at the top of my head. But that's basically my thoughts on the episode piece by piece. I really did not like the portion where they were like going from place to place and they didn't have any sort of transition or any sort of sense that they were actually walking there and actually moving there on their feet. I didn't like that at all. I liked the beginning scene. The beginning scene was cool with the Scotsman and Aku. The end part was nice. I didn't like the fact that the guy was human and Ashi being captured the whole time. And the fact that they're moving from place to place gives the sense that like Samurai Jack, because I love the whole sense that it's like in a specific area, stuff's happening in this spot in time, but they were like in like 5 different places this episode. So you know, that sense of like enclosed ness, if that makes any sense, and Samurai Jack was kind of taken away because of that. And you know, just little animation flaws here and there, yada yada yada. The episode wasn't horrible, but it definitely was not one of my favorites, and I'm gonna have to give it probably a I'm gonna I do think it was better than I don't hate it. Like, I don't hate the episode, but I do feel as if it was better than the previous one, which is like the one with Ashi and stuff. I do feel as if it was better than that. Definitely better than episode 1. Definitely better. Actually, no, it wasn't better than XCV. It was better than episode 1. Wasn't better than episode XCV. If I had to rank the episodes right now from best to worst, it would be episode 2, episode 3, episode 1, episode 1, episode 4, episode 5. Yeah, no, this was the worst episode. Yeah, no, this was the worst episode so far. Like, I enjoyed it. It wasn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. If I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it like 7.6. 7.6. That's what I'd give it as a rating. Yeah, it wasn't that bad of an episode, but at the same time, I didn't find it that good. Just felt like they just did stuff, and then Jack got lost in the end, and that kind of pissed me off. But I mean, you know, we're gonna find Jack next episode. It's gonna be better. We're gonna finally understand who this green guy is, and we're gonna finally see the truth, because it showed Jack meditating in like a green area in the preview. So we're gonna finally see who this green guy is, hopefully, and where Jack is, and she's gonna be looking for him, and it's going to be a cool episode. It's gonna be cool. So yeah, if you guys felt the same way about this episode of Samurai Jack, or you have an opinion on Samurai Jack and want to tell me in the comments down below, feel free to do so, because I want to hear what you guys have to say about the new episode of Samurai Jack. If you liked my review on Samurai Jack, episode XCVI, then click that like button down below. It would be much appreciated. If you want to tell me what you thought about this episode, you can tell me in the comments like I just said, or you can tell me in this little I button thingy right here. You can click that little I button, and then you'll be able to see the and then you'll be able to see the poll saying whether you like the episode or not. So yeah, and then make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of those Samurai Jack live reactions and Samurai Jack reviews. It would be much appreciated. Also, quick little thing, sorry for the lighting. I'm in a different setting right now. I don't usually sit in the spot when I record these reviews / live reactions, and I don't really have anywhere where I can directly put light on my face, so yeah. But with that said, thank you guys so much. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of that Samurai Jack goodness and the other content that I make. And yeah, it would be much appreciated. It would be much appreciated. And I think I'm gonna go now. So tell me what you think about this episode of Samurai Jack in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. My name is LEG, and I will see you all next episode. Deuces.
Watch out.